Welcome Home, a podcast for veterans, about veterans by veterans, is a project of Willing Warriors and the Warrior Retreat at Bull Run.
Good morning. I'm your host, Larry Ziliaks, Director of Culinary Services here at the Warrior Retreat at Bull Run. And this week, our guest is Denny Caballero. He is with the Special Forces Foundation out in Colorado. And I asked him to join us to tell us a little bit about what they do and who they support and how they support their veterans and active duty special forces. So, Denny, welcome to the podcast.
Hey, thank you so much for having me today. I really appreciate it.
So one of the questions that I like to start with is, for you personally, your prior service, Army, why did you join the Army when you could have joined the Air Force?
Well, I think for me, it's the mission. I think for me, the formative years, I knew that service within the Army, that was the choice for me. You grew up with the media of, Rambo and the series of Vietnam era, Green Beret. For a lot of us, when we were young, we don't dream that we could ever aspire for that, but we ultimately, we do want to at least find ourselves within a military branch where that could be a possibility. So that's why the Army made sense for me.
And did you go into the Army thinking you wanted to be in Special Forces?
No, I didn't have the formative years, like a good solid home life or supportive family, or father figure that gives you that strength of understanding that you can accomplish big things. Always aim low. I never truly had an aspiration to become a Green Beret until I met them, until I saw what they were capable of doing in combat.
And when did you go in?
So I enlisted while I was in high school. I first went in the National Guard. And then after a few years, I switched over to active duty. And I was in the 82nd Airborne by October of 2007.
And when did you separate? How long were you in?
I left service in 2023.
Make a VA claim?
Yep, like a lot of us now, you take the time to listen. I went through a lot of injuries in my time, and I was fortunate enough to have a very wise, very capable master sergeant that gave me a very clear template of what to do, how to file it, and I had a drive to take care of myself, to make sure that I was advocating for myself after my recovery, after my surgeries. And I knew that this is something I had to prioritize. And some services aren't in that mindset. They might be dealing with a lot. They might be struggling, have a lot of other priorities. But in that moment in time, for me, I blessed. I had people that had gone ahead, that were ahead of me and could have been in the right direction. And in turn, I did the same for my friends. I made sure that they prioritized it. I showed them, not only the Excel sheet, but the how-tos. And it was a really well done manual and program but somebody had just taken the time to create it and share it with somebody as he was doing. So I made sure to continue doing that, and I still do.
How did you get connected with the Special Forces Foundation?
My journey in life, my injuries, my experience in the military, I started podcasting, and then I started producing shows, launched my own business, and by chance, I met the former CEO of the foundation, and he had seen what I was able to do through podcasting, with social media, and what I offered for my clients in my business. And he thought it was important enough to bring me in on board of the foundation. And that's really, really what happened. Just a chance encounter. I invited him to come on my show. He saw what I had done and grown and had been able to do organically on social media myself, and he gave me the big challenge of helping the foundation grow their social media and their presence. And I knew the community, I knew the audience, I knew to speak to the audience. So I took a little bit of time, honed down, understood the core principles, the core missions of the foundation, and then for an entire year, this past year, that's all I did. I had a very lofty goal of taking them from a very, very respectable following into where we're at now. They're doing very well. They have a very good reach in their main platform. It's a small but growing company here at Security Hall Media, and we put all our efforts into it. everything to grow it, to amplify it. And it's the mission, it's the people behind it. When people log in and they go to the website, they read through what we offer and they understand that you're not getting a hold of somebody that's not part of the community. You're connecting with a Green Beret or a Green Beret family member or a Gold Star spouse, somebody that has buy-in into the community, that understands your problem set, which sets us apart. We're smaller, we're more agile, we're able to get on the ground faster and support you. But most importantly, we know what you're going through because a vast majority of us went through it.
So, listeners, that webpage is specialforcesfoundation.org. I want everybody to go to the webpage, take a look at it, the resources, and donate. Hit that donate button, give what you can. So, to receive services from the foundation, one has to have been a Green Beret, or do you provide services for all veterans?
No, Green Berets, Green Beret family members, and surviving family members.
Okay.
That is who we serve.
All right. And how many, I don't want you to give away any secrets, but I don't know how many Green Berets are out there, but do you guys have any problems like providing services, enough services for veteran Green Berets who reach out to you? I mean, I don't know how large the community is.
No, we have we are a small percentage. So it's a small percentage, but when you look at it in general population, it expands into our legacy Green Berets from Vietnam era and before. So even though we're a small population compared to the entire military, when you look at it from just that community standpoint, there's a lot of people. There's a lot of people who need help, and we're not in this fight alone. We're able to look across the fence and see other organizations to support our Green Beret brothers and their families. We have not had a problem, and we're very strategic. We are always fundraising. We're always finding ways to put our chief of programs and chief of events out there working to create opportunities to raise more funds to support our community. Everybody that's part of this organization is deeply connected to the Green Beret community and loves serving this population, because for the past 20 years and anytime our nation has called upon them and the men that will continue to fill the gap in those positions, we've answered. We've gone off, we've left our families, and us lucky few that come back home, a lot of us have found ways to give back. And for me, this has been a great opportunity and a great year. It's been a great journey. I definitely, if you're listening and you're a Green Beret, find a way to get plugged in. Maybe it's not with Special Forces Foundation, maybe it's with another soft community serving nonprofit, but find a way to give back. Our community is small, and it's small enough that you can have a direct impact today. One of the biggest problems our community faces, both active duty and veteran, is suicide. And that's something we're intimately tapped into and we're trying to fix and work through, is how we can be better sensors, better supporters for our Green Berets in crisis.
And that's part of your Face the Fight program?
That's part of our QRF program.
Okay.
We're very cautious working on it and rolling it out. I'm one of the few people that aren't co-located in Colorado Springs. It by definition, it was a very 10th group heavy organization. That's where the founding, our president founded the organization. So of course, it's got a bigger presence in Colorado Springs. But no mistake, we get requests from all over for every active duty group and National Guard group, and we support every Green Beret no matter where they're at, and we're growing. So it's important to understand we're not constrained by geographic location of the main hub. Like we will find a way to support you.
Mm-hmm. And listeners, their program, the QRF program, is basically based on the Quick Reaction Force model. So I'm assuming, and correct me if I'm wrong, but on a QRF case, you just quickly dump a lot of resources into it and get it covered quickly to find the help that's needed. Is that kind of a good way to sum it up?
It's reaching out individuals that are in crisis, and we're working through this in the Springs area is the main area where we're working this, and we're trying to grow the networks out, but being able to support those individuals that by building a network of sensors, other Green Berets are reaching out. We can connect with people that are in the area that can support them. So at the end of the day, the name of the game is connection, being there for our brothers,
Mm-hmm.
building a network of individuals that can support each other.
So, if we have listeners who are Green Berets and they live in New York State or Iowa, should they be reaching out to you and saying, look, if somebody nearby where I'm at is in crisis or needs
Absolutely.
help, I'm willing to stop what I'm doing and get over there and, talk with them?
Yeah, absolutely. Always connect
Okay.
with us. Reach out any moment. One of the other things that we're working on is our Brotherhood Blueprint program, which right now we have 'em on the ground rolled out in 10th group and 3rd group. Simply by scanning a QR code, you can quickly gain access to these signal chat groups and become integrated in community of like-minded Green Berets. And within these small little ecosystems of communication, you're seeing guys solve their own problems. You're seeing guys hand out resources for job fairs, hand out resources for filling out your CRSC claim, your VA claim.
Mm-hmm.
So it's one of the things that's really important for us, being able to provide some sort of community engagement for individuals. As at the end of the day, it's all about connecting. It's all about being able to reach through and reconnect with old friends, old teammates, or making new ones in a place where you know that the community is trusted.
And when you look at the Green Beret community today and their families, what needs are still going unmet that you think other veteran service organizations or the Special Forces Foundation can step up and address?
That is a great question. And the reality of the situation is needs vary by location, by area, and by family. We're seeing everything. You never know what individuals are going through. We recently had the government shutdown, which we thought wasn't going to affect families, and it most certainly did.
Mm,
And the amount of requests we got for just some simple things that can help an individual or a family overcome those financial burdens is huge. One thing that most people don't think about is, wintertime, do I need a new furnace, especially if you live in Alabama or Florida,
yeah.
like I am. And one of the things that we were able to partner with is an amazing organization in Pennsylvania to give one lucky Green Beret a brand new um, uh, heater and furnace. And that was something that,
Mm,
the individual that needed it confided in us saying, like, I don't know if we could have made it one more winter.
mm, mm,
That's just one simple thing you can do for somebody is relieve that burden, that financial burden, and be able to give them that family, that peace of mind, and like, holy cow, like people care, people are out there trying to find us. Because at the end of the day, that's what we're trying to do. Show our community, our Green Beret family members that they're not forgotten. Even if, especially if they are a Gold Star family, it's easy to forget these families,
mm,
especially when they belong to such a small demographic. But one thing that we do through our Gold Star family programs is we remind them that we're there, whether it's through a small gift in the holiday season or by inviting them to come to our gala. Like our Gold Star representatives, they're there, they're connecting with these families, letting them know that their sacrifice never goes, it's never going to be forgotten. It
mhm.
doesn't leave the top of our mind.
Could you kind of walk us through a typical Green Beret QRF case? What's a yeah,
Those are different, and it's not that's when somebody reaches out and they are in need of support for a Green Beret that might be in crisis.
right.
And the way that it's working right now is we have individuals that are trained, have a peer-to-peer certification, they have an understanding of how to talk and engage with somebody that is in crisis and can get them to that next higher level of care. So oftentimes what that's looked like in our Colorado Springs area is a family member, a trusted friend, or somebody notifies our lead, who right now is Cody Halfpop,
Mm,
that there's something going on with this individual. Cody will in turn activate the individuals that are trusted in Green Berets in the community that might know the individual, and they can start working to find out where they're at, to de-escalate the situation, find out what the root cause is. Oftentimes, as we all know, the issues can be as simple as a financial burden, an issue at work, an issue at home life, an argument with the spouse gone wrong. Being able to get Green Berets and friends, people that they care about in the area to talk and then offer them the resources they need. One of the biggest things that we've realized is alcohol is a co-occurring issue. So being able to dive in and expand on the issue, find out what they need, and get them to the right place, whether it's Warriors Heart or another treatment center. Being able to offer them that level of care right there on the spot has been game changing. It's saving lives. We have a record now of individuals who were in crisis who thought there was nobody that could help them. And then as soon as they sit down and talk with one of our representatives, they realize that, hey, there's a path to care. There's a place I can go to. There's, there is a journey to go through, and it can start today.
Listeners, again, the webpage is specialforcesfoundation.org. Take a look at the webpage, and you can see the programs that they have, and hit that donate button. I guarantee you your donation will be going to a great cause. I mean, think about the support just for Gold Star families of Green Berets alone is something. I mean, so often the families are forgotten, and they've sacrificed so much that this is an organization that doesn't forget them, and it doesn't forget its Green Beret veterans either. And while it's a small community, comparatively speaking, they are, these tier 1 operators, they can't serve any length of time without physical injuries, moral injury, PTS, TBI is huge in this community, I'm sure.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. So please give what you can. And especially if you're a former Green Beret, reach out and say, just connect. You might not feel that you need any kind of assistance now, but once you're plugged in, you may need some sort of assistance next year or sometime in the future. Or you may be able to help a fellow Green Beret in your area if the need arises. So at a minimum, go ahead and give them a call, reach out, and plug yourself into this organization. Let me ask you this. Where do you see the Special Forces Foundation, say, in 5 years?
Oh, man, that's a great question. I am a hopeless optimistic. I went through so much at the end of my career. I didn't see a light out. And that's a story for a lot of us. A lot of us get involved because we went through something very difficult. And when I found myself working with the foundation, I realized the importance of the smaller, more agile nonprofit. And I really want to see them grow, but never move away from what makes them different and special. And that's at the core. It's by Green Berets for Green Berets. Yes, we have phenomenal team members that are spouses, Gold Stars, surviving family members. But at the core, when you look at the individuals that work at this foundation, it's a warrant officer, a retired master sergeant, a senior E7, guys that lived in the team room, guys that were there. They went through it all. They've seen it all. And now they're fighting to save others. And they're doing it with the same tenacity and the same fighting spirit as when they were in the GWAT. It's the same. I can't tell you the amount of nights I've stayed up doing analytics, doing work. And the same with one of my counterparts. Cody Halfpop doesn't sleep. If I'm up, he's up. That's the amount of joy and passion we bring to this. It's not just a nonprofit. This foundation is different fundamentally from the other ones in the space because it's a mission. It claws you back in to help somebody else day in and day out. You're kitting up in a different way. You're putting on a different piece of armor each morning, but it's a extremely rewarding mission to have, to be a part of, to be able to give back. So I really see them, if they can continue being focused on allowing the Green Berets to lead the foundation, I see them getting bigger and I see them bringing more to the fight. It's just, to me, it needs to be the Green Beret for Green Beret message.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen other organizations that walk away from that idea. We have so much talent. And to me, that's what's going to take this organization to the next level. When I look back at my small contribution years from now, I hope to be able to see that the leadership, that the guys doing the work at the foundation, the ones leading the events, the ones on social media, our Green Berets, that they've picked up the torch and continued to move forward by leading in the nonprofit space. I tell guys, your mission's not over once you get out of the military. Maybe it's not with the SFF, maybe it's with another organization, but you belong in a nonprofit space. You belong in the business world. You belong here because the same things that made you a successful Green Beret are the same things that people are looking for in this space. And I truly believe that.
Well, we want to see you guys around for a long time. I mean, this is a very special community that contributes to our nation's security in an oversized kind of way. They are absolutely phenomenal. And every Green Beret that I've ever met has been a stand-up guy who's pretty low-key, humble, doesn't really talk about much, but is there if you need him. And we're very fortunate here to have some people in our community that were Green Berets, and I'm going to force them to listen to this podcast. And we'll see about getting them connected with you. But again, listeners, our webpage is specialforcesfoundation.org. Go ahead, check it out. If you're a Green Beret, reach out, make that connection, and listeners, donate, give what you can. Denny, I can't thank you enough for coming on and just really telling us about this great organization of yours.
Absolutely. It's my pleasure, and I can't thank you enough for giving us this platform. Every avenue to be able to talk and share and expand our reach is important, because it's one of the few foundations, in my opinion, that's truly taking the fight and really servicing the Green Beret community with every aspect of its mission.
Well, listeners, we'll have another episode next Monday morning at 0500. You can find us on all the major podcast platforms. We're on YouTube and Reese Across America Radio. So until then, thanks for listening.
The Welcome Home podcast is brought to you by Willing Warriors, a nonprofit organization serving active duty service members and veterans since 2012. To learn more, please visit our webpage at willingwarriors.org.